morning. Today we are continuing Bezras Hashem on the sixth paragraph. We are going into that the Golus shows on Geula. And interestingly, that the seventh paragraph is going to go into that Goyla hints to Geula, the same idea that we had in the additional piece of is a redemption a change or not in the world. The Maral says the piece that the Rebbe said again and again in Nun Aleph in 91, that all we need to do is put the Aleph into Goyla and we have Geula. That's for tomorrow. So continuing what we said yesterday, that the Yidden being under other nations is not where it's supposed to be, because if it would, then it would turn the unnatural into natural, like we said before, and so therefore, from Golos, from exile, one can know redemption. So let's begin today's piece. And the Chachamim alluded to this to what they said in Medrash Rabbah and Bereshis Parshas Lech Lecha, that by the Bris Ben Absarim, when Avram cut up the animals in half, and he walked in between them by the covenant that Hashem made with Avram, that God made with Abraham. So Hashem tells Avram Avinu that you should know that you should know Yudea Teda, that you should know that your children will be slaves in the land that's not theirs, and then eventually they will leave with great riches. So over there it says Vayim Hashem al Avram Yudea Teda, and God told Abraham, you should know. You should know. So in Medrash over there it says Yudea Shani Mefazron. It's known that I'm going to scatter them out. Teda Shani Mekapson. And you should know that I'm going to gather them in. Yudea Shani Mamashkanam. Teda Shani Parkon. You should know that I'm going to lend them off. Know that I'm going to bring them in. Yudea Shani Mashabdem. Know that I'm going to enslave them. Teda Shani Goylam. Know that I'm going to redeem them. Adkan. That is the Medrash. So the Maral asks, why does the Medrash have to go through 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3 descriptions when it could have just sufficed with just saying one? Know that I'm going to enslave them. I know that I'm going to redeem them. Why do you need each one? So the Maral goes into each one. He explains. Say the last one, that I'm going to enslave them and I'm going to redeem them, and everyone will understand that is that's the essence of all. That's what the main thing that we're trying to say, that in every place God redeems the Jews. Hashem redeems the world, for that matter. V'lama lelahaskir hakinos v'hapiruk. Why do you need to say that Hashem is also going to gather them in, and He's going to free them? But what does the Medrash want to tell us? because with the two words, which is seemingly a Yedea means that you should know. So why do you need to tell me Teda? You're doing Nirmas Nagalos Vagula in that itself is hinted to the exile and the redemption. How? Hagolos Blushin Yudua. Exile is Yudua, that is known. It's something that I know already. Vahagula Blushin Teda. And the redemption is hinted into the fact that he says Teda, that you will know, is future tense. Shehi Lashin Asid, which is future. Because they wanted to tell us that from exile, from what you know now, from the situation that you're in now, from Golos, from exile, one can know the redemption. Kamoshe Pirshu, like they explained, Yedua Shani Mefazron, Teda Shani Mekansan. It's known that I spread them out. Now in exile, we know that God spread us out. We're gonna know in the future that God is going to bring us in. Spreading out, being spread out is not according to the way things were set up to be. Spreading out is not the way that it's supposed to be. Like we said before, like we explained in chapter 4, that being spread out is total opposite of who we are. So really the Yidden should really all be together. Things that are one are singular as well. And also you should know that I'm going to it's known that I am going to lend them out. But it's not I'm going to give them to someone else's rule. It's not befitting according to the way things were set up that the Yidden should be, that the Jews should be in someone else's rule. Just like someone lends something to someone. I lend someone my phone, car, whatever it is. So you give it to someone else. He's in someone else's possession. That person has to take care of it. It's his responsibility. So here we're saying also that the Yidden, that's hinting to the time of exile, where we're, so to speak, we're in someone else's property, we're in someone else's responsibility in a way. And it's not according to the way things ought to be, that we should be in someone else's rule. That's not what we were created for. So therefore he finishes off that don't be worried, that you should know that they're going to be enslaved. Yes, they're going to be in someone else's territory, but you should know at the end of the day, know that I'm going to redeem them. I'm going to take them out from their slavery. That he, the blessed be he, that Hashem, the one who made the order of all existence, it's impossible that from him comes out something that is out of the ordinary, out of the order. Only temporarily, because of the cause of the outcome of sin. Because because there was a punishment due to sin, it's not called it's not called out of the ordinary of events. But for it to be forever, that's impossible, because you're not going to find something that is in an order that's not that you're not going to find something that's out of the ordinary that has an existence to it. Sha'amar, that this is what he says. Yedei shani mashab b'tedish nigoylam kishubed umma b'umma einzel v'chizeder matziyas ha'asher roi kiroi shetia kol umma b'nei chayrin. Each nation should be inherently free. K'mo sheharachnu al zeh b'chibur gvuras Hashem etzel ha'chidush ez lechem rishon ayin sham. So what he says in Gvuras Hashem, that the first month is really inherently for Geula, because really each nation is really supposed to be for themselves, like it says in Medrash. That brings it also in the Maimer of that when Hashem created the world, He created them a month of redemption, meaning that everything has a time frame to be released. In his Barbeilu Gimad so from each of these things, it's not a extra thing. Why do we say these three different types of terminologies? Really, they're all saying the same thing, but each one is saying something else. It's saying about from exile, we know the Geula, from that the Gidin are a impeccable people, that even though things are not the way they're supposed to be, it's only temporarily, and the fact that we're in other people's rule is that it's going to end. It's going to end very soon, and really each nation is really free, and so therefore it comes out that from the Golos one can know the Geula, which we're going to continue tomorrow. And may each one of us be able to put the Aleph into their own personal Geula, and to realize that whatever one is going through is only temporarily, is a springboard, a descent for a ascent. Have a wonderful day. See you on the next one.